I work in Ponta at a company called Dolphin Encounters Research Center, and I am the founder of that company as well as the director of Dolphin Care Africa, which is a non-profit organization that was set up in South Africa. And basically what I do throughout the companies is I take people out there to go and encounter dolphins in the wild in an ethical and responsible way, while putting back for research and conservation through long-term monitoring of the population in the area.
Could you please tell us a bit more about what that research looks like and what other actions maybe you're taking?
Yeah, there are various benefits to what we do here in Ponta for our dolphins and our marine environment in general. I think one of the most important things is the long-term monitoring of the population. So when we initially started the project during the mid-90s, one of the things that we started alongside it was a photographic fin identification program. So this was initiated in 1997 and has been ongoing since then. And basically, the objective of such is to try and kind of get a handle on the amount of dolphins that are resident in the area, those that are seen throughout the year over all the seasons, as opposed to the amount of transient dolphins, being bottlenose dolphins, that come and go out of the area. Over and above that, we also do work with the long-term turtle monitoring project in the area. So during the turtle season, which is between October and March annually, we work in collaboration with the reserve and employ 3 local monitors, and they walk the beaches each night on the tide, monitoring all the nests that would have been laid that evening, as well as tag the various female turtles that come up. And then we also work with our stranding network. So I actually worked with the first stranded dolphin here in Ponta in 1997. So out of that first stranding, it really did kind of see the birth of a stranding project here in the area. So we are basically tasked with any stranding. So if any animals get washed ashore, we pretty much are the first responders. So the reserve will kind of get hold of us. We'll go in and have a look at the situation. If, for example, if it's a live stranding, we obviously assess and try and do a refloat. If it's a dead stranding, then of course we remove all of those animals. We'll take all the various samples and measurements, and then they get buried for later reconstruction. So this is pretty cool, because here in Ponta we've got our little educational center, which does have a kind of natural history museum component to it as well. So all the animals that we've basically collected over the years are now starting to be displayed within our small natural history museum in Ponta. In terms of our dolphins, and specifically having a look at tourism, I think we are faring pretty well. You know, one of the things that we have really definitely tried to promote over all the years is that people kind of support and choose ethical and responsible operators. And it's pretty important that we try and educate people before they go out there and try and have the experience. Luckily for us here, particularly in Ponta within our reserve, we do have restrictions that have been put in place to try and limit the amount of operators that do go and target dolphins for swim with programs, as well as ocean safaris, jet skis, and recreational visitors generally. They need to be kind of educated in terms of dolphins being, you know, resident in the area, and this is their home. So we really do have to protect it for future generations. Like I said, when we started photographing the dolphins. So each dolphin really is uniquely identifiable through their dorsal fin. So for example, we photographed an individual male here in 1997. He goes by the name of Rob. Some of the students actually met him while they've been away with us. He's got a big white patch on the side of his body. He's a really cool chap. But interestingly enough, Rob is still around in the area today. So this is his home, and I've known him, almost 25 years. So so this is pretty cool. Yeah, so I mean, one of the things that I like to say to people is, you know, for one to kind of get involved, there are always regular kind of beach cleanups and events and those kind of things that are happening throughout Mozambique now. So that is a really great way for communities and people to actually try and put back a little bit. And then just to, you know, I love the 2 hashtags. The one is less is more, and the other one is conscience over coin. And these really are 2 kind of sayings that I try and live my life by going forward, in that, you know, we really do need to try and reduce our footprint on planet Earth. And if we can kind of live by those 2 sayings, I think we'll kind of go a long way. reduce, reuse, recycle. It's all those kind of things. You know, I think that people are so kind of set in having all this stuff around them all the time. You know, one pair of shoes is not good enough. You've got to have the Nikes and the this brand and that brand. And, you know, instead of just having, okay, I'm going to have one good pair of, you know, running shoes and one good pair of going out shoes, instead of trying to haul all the stuff around us all the time. Another really important thing as well is, you know, there is a big problem with the overfishing. We are expecting a total fisheries collapse, what is it, about 2048, 2050. So here people can really start making educated choices about where they're actually getting their seafood from as well. You know, when I do my briefings, I always like to say to people, try and support the small guys now and not the big industrial fishing complexes. And that really does go for everything. We want to try and keep everything kind of local. There's obviously a lot that one can do, but I think most importantly, one definitely needs to have a passion for the ocean. You know, working in this environment is not easy all the time. You know, we get to go out there when the conditions are nice and calm, and, you know, dolphins tend to be happy and all that, but it's not like that all the time. Some days you wake up, it's really rough, it's really tough. You have to deal with people. If you're studying, doing a scientific degree, there's a lot of field work that you have to do. Hell or high water, you've got to get out there, you've got to do land-based observations, and it's raining, well, that's what you have to do. I think above and beyond is just to be aware and take care, you know, be aware of your surroundings. Everything is alive, and everything has a soul and has a being. So just respect absolutely everything that you come into contact with. Yeah. Hope to see you in Ponta sometime.